And the Twilight Realm is going to merge with Hyrule to form one huge land of darkness. Can you imagine what that's going to do to property values? It's up to you and Link to save the world in the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And I'll show you how right now on Cheat. Welcome to Cheat, the video game show with the 411 for all your favorite games. I'm Kristin Holt, and in this episode, we're on an epic quest with Link as he struggles to save Hyrule from destruction at the hands of the twisted Twilight. Link is armed with little more than his courage and skill, but you have a whole arsenal of tips and tricks at your disposal. Thanks to your pal K. Holt. Let's take a look. Generations after the events that took place in Ocarina of Time, a new crisis faces Hyrule. A darkness known as the Twilight Realm is spreading across the land and turning people into ghostly spirits. Link begins as a rancher in a quiet village, unaware of the disaster abroad. As he prepares to depart on an errand to Hyrule, a gang of monsters raids the town and kidnaps the children. In the search to rescue them, Link is pulled into the Twilight Realm. Its dark power transforms him into a wolf, and he's imprisoned by the shadow beasts. An odd creature named Midna offers to free him, but only if he obeys her commands. With different motives, they head out together on a quest to restore light to Hyrule. Basic gameplay is similar to previous Zelda titles, with some changes to take advantage of Nintendo's new controller. Lightly flicking the remote in any direction causes Link to attack, and shaking the nunchuck from side to side executes a spin attack. Holding the Z trigger on the nunchuck locks the camera on a target, allowing you to circle an enemy without losing sight of him. While locked on, Link can perform additional maneuvers like stabs and jump attacks and other techniques that you learn along the way. The B trigger is used for a variety of tools and weapons that you find throughout the game. Change items by equipping them from the item screen. Plus, you can set 3 additional items to the control pad to switch between tools mid-battle. In wolf form, Link can't access his items, but he has special abilities that can be used with the control pad. Pressing left or right activates Sense Mode, allowing you to see scent trails, ghosts, and dark spots in the soil. You can dig into these dark areas to find buried items or burrow into holes. Most humans run from the wolf, but you can talk with other animals. Most of them are friendly, and some hold valuable information. With Midna's assistance, Wolf Link can also jump across small footholds and attack groups of enemies. Later in the game, Midna can even warp you to different locations or change Link between wolf and human forms. And here's another tip that the official strategy guide won't tell you. If you see Wolf Link dragging his rear end on the carpet, it's time for a deworming. But that's the least of your worries right now. We're approaching the Arbiter's grounds. You've crossed a scorching desert and busted through enemy camps to reach the Arbiter's grounds. This ancient prison is filled with quicksand, ghosts, skeletons, and lots of tricky puzzles. When you reach the main hall, 4 Poes appear and steal the flames that keep the gate open. One ghost will attack you as the others flee. Use your wolf senses to keep an eye on the ghost and attack when his color brightens. After you defeat him, you can learn the Poe's scent to follow the other 3 spirits. Before going on your ghost hunt, head to the sides of the main staircase to find the dungeon map and a piece of heart. Follow the scent trail that heads into the floor near the wall. Dig away the dirt to reveal a chain that opens a staircase to the lower chamber. Push the side of the pillar in the center of the room to rotate the walls and ceiling. Use the claw shot to climb through the hole, and you'll find the second Poe in the room above. Head back to the main hall and through the door above. Push through the passage, avoiding the buried spikes and falling chandeliers. After you take out the pair of shrieking re-deads, change into wolf form to search for the Poe's scent trail. Dig up another chain to move the wall that the third ghost is hiding behind. Now, head to the door on the other side of the main hall. To cross to the door on the other side of the room, raise the chandelier and stand beneath the hole in the center. When it falls, you can climb on top and jump across. Use the helm splitter technique to knock down the Stalfos in your path. Then finish the job by placing a bomb on the pile of bones. Pass the torch puzzle in the next room by lighting the front torch and the torch on the far right. The last Poe attempts to confuse you by encircling you with illusions. Keep all 4 spirits in view. The real one will change colors when he's vulnerable, just like the ghosts before. Now that the gate is open, pass to the next area and head to the door on the left. You'll come to a deep shaft with a lever at the bottom that raises and lowers the floor. Raise the floor a few notches to find a key. Then, lower yourself to the bottom to reach the locked door. Navigate through the basement's hazards and you'll reach a dark room with a sword bound in the center. Cut one of the ropes to awaken this dungeon's mini-boss. The swordsman is invisible at first. Switch to wolf form to see him and attack when he changes color. When he becomes visible and starts to circle the room, change back to human form and fire an arrow at him. This will lure him closer and give you a chance to use your sword. Repeat these steps until you take him down. Your reward is the spinner. Link rides this top-like device over quicksand and along grooves in the walls. Ride through the next few rooms until you reach a large chamber full of rails. Take the path straight ahead to find a piece of heart. Then find your way back to the first floor. Collect the big key and cross the quicksand. Ride the spinner into the gear-shaped hole in the floor and spin the gears to open a new passage. The staircase in this room is broken, but you can ride the rails instead. Ride past the second break in the stairs, then jump towards the pillar in the center of the room. You'll find another gear to spin, which raises a track to the top of the room. Ride up and you'll finally reach the boss door. We'll let you fight this mega skeleton on your own, but you'll be getting a lot of use from Link's new toy in this battle. Pack that cooler and dig up some worms. We're going fishing when Cheat returns right after the break, but first, check out this time-saving quick cheat. After you receive the Zora armor from the secret grave, you can access a shortcut that returns you to Lake Hylia. Purchase some water bombs from Barnes in Kakariko Village. Then head back to the pool in front of King Zora's grave. Equip the Zora armor to breathe underwater and the iron boots to sink to the bottom of the pool. Blast the boulders near the wall with a water bomb and you'll be whisked off to the bottom of Lake Hylia in no time. Make sure you have your business in the village taken care of before you enter, because this route is only one way.
You're in G4's video game mashup. Now, Cheat.
They knew they were going to the desert.
Iraq.
They just hit the wrong one.
We invaded Mexico.
Bill Engvall, DJ Qualls, and Larry the Cable Guy. Delta Farce.
What are you fellas doing? Don't ask.
Don't tell.
Directed by C.B. Hardin. Rated PG-13. In theaters May 11th.
When you're Spider-Man, you're ready for action with a new spinning web blaster with realistic spinning webs and water. Now you can have the power of Spider-Man at your fingertips with real spinning web action. The Spider-Man spinning web blaster comes with what you see here. Batteries not included. The new spin-on web spinning.
I was working at a dead-end job. All I did was work. I was getting old at the age of 21, so I made the decision to go back to school. At ITT Tech, it was like a big family. It was refreshing. There was a lot of hands-on applications in my program. Now I work as an IT specialist for the federal government. I provide technical support for probation officers. I like teaching people. I like showing them that technology is our friend. My father is my best friend and mentor. I really went to ITT Tech because he never had the opportunity to go to school. And now he's very proud.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-327-1172 or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid programs for those who qualify. Call 1-800-327-1172 to apply.
It's Aaron Insurance versus the competition. Will she prevail?
Overpriced auto insurance. Don't try to stick it to me.
Don't worry, Aaron. You've got Esurance.
At Esurance, you save time when you buy auto insurance online. Without interference. Auto insurance hassles, I'll take a pass. Quote, by print.
Make it your goal to save time and money on auto insurance. Visit esurance.com today.
The ultimate test of strength, agility, and courage. Ninja Warrior. Weeknights at 6:30 and 10:30. Only on G4.
Welcome back to Cheat's in-depth look at the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I hope you're not one of those poor dopes who accidentally threw his Wiimote out the window. You'll need it for this next level when Link goes fishing. Need to escape the pressure of saving the world? There's nothing like a relaxing day of fishing. There are two kinds of fishing in Twilight Princess: bobber fishing and lure fishing. Bobber fishing is introduced early in the game. Using a simple pole, you can drop a line in any body of water in the game. Cast by pressing the B trigger and wait for a fish to give the line a hard tug. Then, yank the remote back and keep pulling until you bring them in. You can catch some small fries on a bare hook, but you need bait for most fish. Knock down any beehive to scoop up bee larvae, but don't expect a warm welcome from the bees. To find a juicy worm, dig behind the sign by Henna's shop. You can also get worms by killing the small creatures skittering about Hyrule Field. To fish with a lure, head to Henna's fishing hole by the Upper Zor River. She'll rent you a boat, a rod and reel, and an assortment of lures. Row to a good spot on the lake and press B to pick up the rod. Hold the A button and make a throwing motion with the remote to cast. Jiggle the lure with the remote to attract a fish. If they don't seem interested, twirl the nunchuck to reel in your line. When you get a bite, pull the remote back and reel in. If the fish leaps out of the water, tilt the remote forward to give the line some slack. Bring that fish in and watch for a chance to land him. Press the A and B buttons together to reach your fingers into its mouth and haul him into the boat. Beyond the basic set of lures, you can also find a sinking lure and a frog lure. To find the sinking lure, first catch a bass, a pike, and a catfish from the boat. Then go bobber fishing in the southeast corner of the lake. Go into Henna's shop and look for a small game called Roll Goal. If you pass the first 8 levels of the game, Henna will reward you with the frog lure. Our final fishing tip is for the elusive Hylian loach. You can catch a young loach by bobber fishing in the pond behind the graveyard. To catch the full-sized monster, go to the fishing hole during the summer. The seasons change every time you re-enter the area. Take your boat to the lily pads at the north end of the lake and choose a popper, frog, or sinking lure. Throw your line to the far corner, and with a bit of work, you'll land the biggest lunker in the game. We loved the cheat sheet so much that we set it free. And now it's back. Visit g4tv.com/cheat sheet to access tips and tricks for over 15,000 games. We'll mix it up with some side quests when Cheat returns right after the break. But first, I have to tell you something about chickens. Over the years, mischief-making Zelda players have learned not to abuse the chickens. Starting with A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo, repeated attacks on poultry have been met with fierce revenge. Twilight Princess breaks from tradition with an odd twist. Attacking a chicken repeatedly allows you to briefly take control of the poor bird. The chicken's special powers include squawking and flapping its wings. Okay, that's not so special, but it is a fun little Easter egg.
You're in G4's video game mashup. Now, Cheat.
Before the gremlins get you, get Progressive. #1 in motorcycle insurance.
We so could have used this in college.
Adam? Is that you?
Leah? You look awesome.
What are you reading?
Need a moment?
Dude, how can you read this so juvenile?
Oh, you want to grab a coffee?
When you need a moment, chew it over with Twix.
At GameFly, our passion for gaming has led us to rent games differently. We think different is better. Choose from thousands of the latest and classic video games delivered right to your door. Keep them as long as you want with no late fees. Then send them back in our prepaid envelope. People think we're crazy to rent games for as low as $8.95 for the first month. We think we're visionaries. Our vision? Make renting easier. Different? Maybe. Smarter? We think so. Go to Gamefly.com and start renting differently.
New low starting price. Product shown rated E through.
One new hand-tossed pizza from Pizza Hut?
Quick in here.
Hey! Oh, what a day.
Are you still upset that Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed pizza tastes better than yours?
It's like they're everywhere. I swear, I can even smell it.
Pizza Hut's new and improved hand-tossed style pizza is more tempting than ever. Start with a light and flavorful new crust, add even more enticing sauce, and it's no wonder it beat Papa John's and Domino's in a national taste test. Get any size, any toppings for just $10.99. Want more taste? Get it from Pizza Hut, America's favorite pizza. Now online.
Try to catch my golden snitch. And don't be too rough with your bludger.
I was 37 years old. I looked like I was 47, and I felt like I was 27.
I started to feel old, but I wasn't old.
I had to do something because I started looking older than my older brother.
You don't have to live with hair loss anymore. The doctors and staff at Medical Hair Restoration have helped thousands get their hair and their confidence back. The MHR doctors and medical team transplant the healthy hair from the back of the head and artistically place it in the balding areas. It's completely natural and undetectable. And best of all, it's guaranteed.
It's my hair, and I can pull it, I can do anything, I can go swimming, I don't have to worry about it falling off.
Call now, and we'll send you a free DVD package loaded with before and after photos and complete credentials on your local MHR doctor. From there, schedule a private consultation where you'll receive a magnified scalp analysis worth over $200 absolutely free. Medical Hair Restoration, your headquarters for hair care.
This is about the look I had my rookie year in Major League Baseball, and it's just phenomenal.
Big Star Wars fan? Then you need to see the biggest Star Wars event ever. G4 presents Star Wars at 30, live Friday, May 25th.
Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess edition of Cheat. Sure, you could play this game straight through if you like, but the real fun of the Zelda series has always been in the side quests, and this installment is no exception. Need a bigger wallet? More bomb bags? An extra bottle? Then get ready because we're going to tell you how to get the goods. It won't be long before you stuff 300 rupees into the pouch you started with. To get a bigger wallet, you'll need to go hunting for bugs. That's right, bugs. 24 golden bugs are scattered across Hyrule. Take them to Agatha in Castletown. For the first bug, she'll give you a wallet that holds 600 rupees. Find all the bugs, and you'll get one that can hold 1,000 rupees. You can buy 3 types of bombs, but you can only put one kind in a bag at a time. So, you'll need more bomb bags. Go to the Zora's throne room with some water bombs and dive into the pool. Blast the big rock at the bottom, and you'll free a Goron who will give you a bomb bag in return. Go south to the Rapids ride near the fishing hole. Offer to help the owner clear away the boulders in the river, and she'll provide you with bombs and arrows. You'll get to keep the bomb bag when you're done, too. Return to the Rapids and get a score of 25 points or more to double the capacity of your bomb bags. To carry more arrows, play the Star game in the tent in East Castletown. Use the claw shot to zip around the sides of the cage and win a quiver that holds 100 arrows. The shopkeeper in Kakariko Village decides to buy out a shop in Castletown that's overcharging customers. Donate 1,000 rupees to have the West Bridge repaired, but don't give any funds to Phase 2 of the project just yet. With the bridge repaired, talk to the Goron Elder outside of Malomart. He'll ask you to dump a barrel of hot spring water on a lazy relative that does business in the town. Carry the barrel across the field and stay close to the cliffs to avoid most of the enemies. Return to Malamart to find the donations needed have been reduced from 2,000 rupees to 200. Pay off the amount and Malamart will open in Castletown, selling magic armor for only 598 rupees. Magic armor makes Link invincible, as long as you have cash. Simply wearing the outfit drains your rupees, but enemy attacks result in a hit on your wallet instead of a notch out of your health. Bottles are useful for storing potions, lantern oil, and more. The first two are easy to find, but you can still get 2 more. Go bobber fishing north of the bridge at the fishing hole to find the 3rd bottle. One man's trash is another man's treasure. The last bottle can be found by helping Giovanni recover 20 posed souls. Accomplish his task and return to receive a bottle filled with great fairy tears. Giovanni won't be fully restored though, and he asks you to find 40 more posed souls. The cackling ghosts can be found outdoors at night, in hidden caves, and in certain dungeons. The reward for finding them all is unlimited rupees, but that isn't so exciting in a game that constantly throws money at you anyways. Giovanni isn't much better off either. His girlfriend left him while he was gone, and he becomes a permanent fixture in the local bar. How you holding up, champ? You feeling good? You feel strong? Attaboy, you still have to face the final boss when Cheat returns, but first, help yourself to some chew jelly. Throughout Hyrule, you'll find bouncing gobs of slime called choo-choos. As soon as you kill a choo-choo, run to the remaining goo and use an empty bottle to scoop up some chew jelly. Act quickly or the residue will evaporate. Different colored chew jellies have different uses. Yellow chew jelly fuels your lantern, red refills 8 hearts on your life bar, and blue refills the whole life bar. Beware of purple chew jelly. Sometimes it heals you, but it can also poison you, reducing Link's health to just 1/4 of a heart. Finally, rare chew jelly refills life and boosts attack power, but the silver choo-choos are very hard to find.
Viewers agree, Attack of the Show is the source for everything you care about.
We really do know what you want!
Attack of the Show, tonight at 7 and 11 on G4.
Hunger get what hunger wants. Big, tasty, ballpark Frank.
2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, I made a food run. Of course, I missed the best play of the game, and I lost my check card rushing back. Later, I discovered some charges I hadn't made.
With Wachovia check card protection, if you become a victim of confirmed fraud, 100% of any missing money will be credited to your account the next day.
My money was back before the next game. I'm with Wachovia.
We're absolutely obsessed with satisfying our customers. Wachovia.
I got nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Cindy, I'm home.
Dad!
Warning, the makers of Tag Wildcard remind you that if you mess with the King's Queens, you better watch your ace, Jack.
Tag Wildcard. Consider yourself warned.
G4 is like having a butt-beaming robot whose job is to tune you into game reviews and other fun stuff to watch. G4's totally like that. Kind of.
Freeze up, Trey. Keep your car.
Odds of being involved in a movie-style car crash.
And cut.
1 in a billion. Odds of you being in a crash. 1 in 8. That's the real world. And that's why Allstate created accident forgiveness. Now your rates won't go up just because of an accident, even if it's your fault.
With Allstate, you can get accident forgiveness and more, and still pay less than you think. In fact, people who switched to Allstate saved an average of $338 a year. Call 1-866-784-6300 and see how much you could save and how much you can get with Allstate.
Are you in good hands?
Welcome back to Cheat's Twilight Princess Fest. So far, you've honed your wolf powers, learned how to fish, fought a dragon, and earned some coin. I think you're ready for a real challenge. Yup, I'm talking about the King of Evil, the one and only Ganondorf. With Zant defeated in the Twilight Realm, it's time to return to Hyrule Castle for the final showdown with Ganondorf. The power-hungry villain begins his attack by possessing the body of Princess Zelda. She hovers above the throne room, out of your range. Dodge when she dives towards you, and roll away when triangles form beneath your feet. When she throws an orb of magic at you, swat it back with your sword. Continue returning the ball until it strikes her. After several of these tennis matches, Midna will have a chance to extract Ganondorf's spirit from Zelda's body. Ganondorf then changes into his beast form, Ganon. The massive boar will charge at you from random sides of the room and disappear. Stand in the center of the room and watch the portals that appear. When the color changes from red to blue, that means he's coming through. Ready your bow and stand your ground. As Ganon approaches, the jewel on his head begins to glow. That's your cue to fire. The arrow will knock him to the floor, giving you a chance to attack the weak point on his chest with your blade. Before long, Ganon will avoid your shots by leaping into the air. Arrows are no use at this point, but Midna can help if you change into wolf form. Again, stand in the center of the room and watch for Ganon's charge. At the last second, an icon marked push will appear on screen. Press the A button to have Midna stop Ganon. Then, tilt the control stick to wrestle him to the ground, exposing that sweet, soft belly. As Ganon burns, Zelda's spirit returns to her body, but Ganondorf isn't defeated yet. Midna warps you away from the castle and attempts to match his power with the magic of the fused shadow. Link and Zelda appear on Hyrule Field, and Ganondorf emerges from the castle victorious. Zelda calls on the power of the light spirits and requests your help. The next stage of the battle takes place on horseback. Chase Ganondorf's steed and get close enough for Zelda to fire her light arrows. Ganondorf will summon ghostly beasts to knock you from your horse. Try to avoid them, but jump back on if you can't. When Zelda connects with a light arrow, your foe will be stunned for a moment. Ride up alongside him and attack him with your sword. Ganondorf will eventually fall from his mount and engage you in a one-on-one sword fight, with his magic blocking Zelda from interfering. As you battle Ganondorf, he'll successfully block most of your attacks. If you watch his movements closely, you can get a couple of quick hits in here or there, but fighting him that way can take a long time. To take him down quickly, stand at a distance and wait for him to rush you. An icon labeled Chance will appear on screen, prompting you to press the A button. Hit the button in time, and the two will lock swords. Tap the A button as fast as you can to push Ganondorf back. Then follow up and slash at him while he's stunned. Repeat the process a few times to weaken him until you finally get a chance to finish him off. With Ganondorf's power sealed, the curse on Midna is finally broken. Her true form is revealed, and she departs to her home in the Twilight Realm, separating from Link for good.
You forget we built space.
And it's time to say goodbye to the Twilight Realm. If you missed any of these tips, visit us on the web at g4tv.com/cheat, or you can write to us at cheat@g4tv.com. Until next time, I'm Kristin Holt, and you've been cheating.
coming up on